שברכים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שברכים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שברכים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שברכים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, 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 שברכים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לילה 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 לילה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לילה 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 לילה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שברכים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שברכים גם יחד. Welcome one and all. That was your cue to be seated, and this is your cue to please be upstanding for the national anthem and for Hatikva. Please rise. Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Kolot balevav benima, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ulfate mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia, od lo avda tikvatenu, atikva bat shnot albayim, liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim, liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Please be seated.
Welcome all to the induction of our senior rabbi, Rabbi Allison Conyer. What a special occasion it is for the congregation of Temple Beth Israel, for progressive Judaism in Victoria, and of course for Rabbi Allison and her lovely family. My name is Jackie McGid, co-president of Temple Beth Israel, and I will be your MC for this afternoon. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and I would like to pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. And to any First Nations people joining us here today, I say welcome and thank you. I would also like to welcome the Honourable Mark Dreyfus, KC, MP, Attorney General of Australia and member of this synagogue, and thank the following MPs for their support and for joining us here this afternoon. Mr. Josh Burns, our hearts go out to you in relation to the attack on your office last week, and also to Ms. Zoe Daniel. I'm not sure if he's here yet, but thank you also to Victorian Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Mr. David Southwick. You are a force in Victoria and your work in support of Jewish community is much appreciated. I would like to thank our Emeritus rabbis, Rabbi Dr. John Levi AC and Rabbi Fred Morgan. Without your leadership and service, we would not be here. And to Rabbi Allison's colleague, Cantor Michelle Lalum, thank you for supporting and welcoming her into the TBI family. You make a formidable team. Further, I would like to welcome Mark Light, the Principal of King David School, and Jeffrey Lee, the President of the School Council, Maureen Barton, the President of Progressive Judaism Victoria, Larry Lockshin, Co-President of the Union of Progressive Judaism, leaders of our sister congregations, Etz Chaim, Kedem and Leo Beck, Jewish community leaders, rabbis, cantors, members of local councils, members and of course friends of TBI. That was quite a list for a very special person and befitting an important occasion. We are delighted you could all be here and thrilled to be inducting Rabbi Allison as the first senior rabbi at Temple Beth Israel, a female senior rabbi of Temple Beth Israel. She brings intelligence, spirit, creativity and beautiful, warm and welcoming vibe to our synagogue. I will now hand over to my co-president, David Arkles, to say a few words about this special occasion.
Thanks, Jackie, and how lovely to see everyone here. You're all so very welcome. About 18 months ago, your board faced a pretty tough decision. As you know, we'd had a difficult period. We faced some challenges, community-wise, financial-wise, and we got together and said, well, what is it we need to do? And we took a basic decision that we were going to build it and they will come, for those of you who've seen the movie Field of Dreams. So we decided, despite some of the challenges that we had, we were going to build a full-service synagogue, a synagogue that will once again establish TBI as a leading place in Victoria where Jews can come together to pray, to celebrate, to learn, and to mourn. We took a decision to be boldly relevant in providing a range of programs and innovation in terms of new programming, which would not only support the current congregation, but would attract and bring a whole range of new generations to TBI to ensure that our future is as exciting as we believe it can be and should be and will be. We wanted TBI to be a true cineplex, a community centre to which Jews of all backgrounds, interests and identities would meet and celebrate together. A critical step in achieving all of this was identifying and attracting the right senior rabbi to support our congregation, to lead our congregation and to innovate with our congregation. And how incredibly lucky are we? We're gathered here today because we have such a rabbi with us. We have a rabbi who has vision, who believes, who has passion to execute and will lead us to achieve all that we can be. And Alison, this is your day. And we're only just so delighted to share this afternoon with you. Mazel tov, and thank you all.
Thank you, David. I would now like to welcome to the stage Avishai Conyer, Rabbi Allison's eldest child, and a team of Netzer musicians to play Ivdu et Hashem Basimcha.
So Mum is a big believer in participatory singing and inclusive prayer. And so what we're going to do is we're not going to sing for you, but we're going to help you sing with us. So I'm going to split the room down the middle. You can pick your side if you're in here. Now this side over here, we're going to start and we're going to sing the first part, Ivdu et Adonai besimcha. So it goes like this, sing it back to me. Ivdu et Adonai besimcha. All right, it's your turn. Ivdu et Adonai besimcha. And the next part goes like this. Bo lefanav birnana. All right, ready all together. Bo lefanav birnana. All right, let's see if we can put it all together. Ivdu et Adonai besimcha. All right, now don't think I haven't forgotten about you. So this side, we're going to be the response. And we're going to go like this. So when we hear Ivdu, we're going to go, Ivdu, Ivdu. Let's try it. Ready? Ivdu, Ivdu. And then it's going to go like, Simcha, Simcha, Simcha. Simcha, Simcha, Simcha. Let's see if we can put it together now. So everyone has to go. This side of the room, you're going to follow, you're going to follow these two, and this side of the room, you're going to follow us. Ivdu, Ivdu, Simcha, Simcha, Simcha. Na 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 na. Again. Ivdu, Ivdu, Ivdu. Simcha, Simcha, Simcha. Whoa, whoa. Na 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 na. Then all together we're gonna go. Ki el melech gadol Adonai. 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 Ya na na na. Ivdu, Ivdu. Simcha, Simcha, Simcha.
Thank you, Avishai, and our wonderful Netzer Madrachim. We now have a very special video to share. I like to think of it as the Australian story of Rabbi Allison Conyer, where members of her family provide us with insights into Allison as a daughter, a mum, and a rabbi. So please sit back and enjoy meeting the real Allison. And this will be followed by a congratulations from Larry Lockshin on behalf of the UPJ, so please feel free to come up, Larry, after the video.
questions regarding you, and he asked that I answer them, although he and I discussed each question. Anyhow, the first question is to share a funny or memorable story from your childhood. And the one that I love most is the fact that Daddy and I used to take you to a lot of theater productions, and one we had gone to where we were in the audience and the performers on stage opened up the performance with asking questions of the children in the audience. And the kids raised their hand, and one 9-year-old boy, the question was, please give us a wish. Do you have a wish you would like? And the 9-year-old boy said, I wish for a new bicycle. And another 8 or 9-year-old child said, I wish I can go to Disneyland. And your hand was up, but you were only 5 years old, and they were reluctant to call on a 5-year-old child, but you persisted, and they called on you, and the little 5-year-old child, you, Allison, said, I wish that all good wishes come true. Well, that was truly the most beautiful thing ever. Well, the answer to that is I don't recall her having a setback or challenge while she was studying to be a rabbi. However, Allison is the most persevering person I've ever met. When she sets her mind to doing something, or when she sets her mind to wanting something, she will make it happen. Unequivocally, the answer is no. It was about as far from any possible profession coming from our family. Yes, we now go to, I do, at least Alex did for a while. We now Zoom in or watch her service every single Saturday, and I became a member of our synagogue. Allison, our dear Allison, we just want to say Daddy and I love you so much, and we are so proud of you, and so happy and excited for what you have accomplished.
Hi. I remember If I Were a Rich Man from Fiddler on the Roof. Well, I am a rich man. I played that role. I married the girl of my dreams. We had the daughter of our dreams. That made me a rich man, which I still am today. I'm sorry I can't join you for your induction, but I will be there in spirit. I love you. Bye-bye.
So, Mum, as you start your role, I think it's only fair we give your new congregation a little insight into what your rabbiing is like behind the scenes. So let's set the stage when I'm a little kid and I do something probably not so nice to Leora. And you know, most children expect their parents to say something like, go to your room or you're grounded. But my mother goes, what are Rambam steps to Shuvah? Many times I was told off using the Aseret HaDibrot or the weekly Parsha, which I think may have turned me off Judaism for a few years. But I made it through that and skip forwards a few years. Mum was my Year 8 Jewish Studies teacher. I started calling her then my Emeritus. And, well, during that year, I think I spent more time being kicked out of the classroom than I did in. Whether that was Mum's teaching or my behaviour, I don't know. But we made it through that as well. And skip forwards to last year at Adina's Bat Mitzvah, Mum was giving the Misha Berach to the cousins with whom I lived for a few months during lockdown in Sydney. Now, my room was... to get to my room, you had to walk through another bedroom. So Mum liked to refer to it as the closet. So as Mum's giving the Misha Berach, thank you for letting Avishai live in your closet, and now he's out of the closet. Well, I did have a number of people in the congregation wish me a mazal tov on a year of finding myself in Sydney afterwards. So that happened, but we made it through that as well. And now we're here today, and I want to say, Mum, I could not be prouder of you. We've known for a long time that a rabbi is who you're meant to be. I've seen the huge impact you've had on Etz Chaim, on your students at King David and Emmanuel and back at Hillel, and everything else that you've done, which has been so amazing along the way. Your wisdom, your compassion, your friendliness, your approachability, your insight and understanding is so, so appreciated, and I have no doubt you will do incredible, incredible things at TVI. So Mama, Mazal Tov, I love you.
Probably the worst person to be asked this, because according to my family, there's a chance I'm a tad bit stubborn. I don't know why, I don't care what they say, I'm not stubborn. So I usually don't listen to my mom. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it doesn't matter, and sometimes it definitely matters. The time when my mom as a parent made a big impact on me was probably my bat mitzvah. Let's just say that was a special time for both of us in a good and bad way. It was complicated, but my mom knows what happened, and she helped me get through it. I think both of us might be a little traumatized from it, but my mom gave me lots of advice to try and get through it. Only some of the advice worked, but that's better than none.
For those of you who don't know, my mother was the first female rabbi of New South Wales, and I think just through the things that she does, as well as just random statements here and there, she's definitely helped teach me and enforce the idea that even though I am a woman and that there are societal expectations on me, whether or not we want to accept that, I shouldn't let them hold me back, and I can still do whatever I want to do, and I can still fight and stand up against any pressure or expectations or judgments and just do whatever I want to do.
Well, actually, for me, that's happened a lot of times. I find her a very wise person. But one of the biggest ones, which keeps happening throughout our life, is for my older two siblings. She would always teach them kick, bite, scream, a defense sort of thing, you know, usually when we're in America. But for us, me and Adina, the advice she always gives us, which is memorable and has been carried without me throughout my entire life, is when we're eating, we must chew, swallow, then talk. Okay, Mum definitely does not just have a superpower, she has all of them. Like, I don't even know how she does it.
She doesn't need any superpowers. She's got God on her side. Well, it definitely wouldn't be the funerals.
Nothing really. The way she does both things is crazy, it's stressful, and sometimes it's over the top. But she's doing a good job of both for the most part.
When Mom's leading services, she gets into this element where she's just singing and she's just vibing. And, you know, at home she can get really stressed with work. And I think I want to see her more just like chilling in that space.
That's impossible.
For the sake of all of you, I would promptly tender my resignation.
I love my mother, but I do not want to trade places with her.
Not gonna lie, I'd probably just eat all the food. Okay, so Mom is terrified of cockroaches, and she was once giving like the blessing for challah, and she just screamed because there was a cockroach there, and she just screeched.
It's hard to think of one, but maybe the time when she was running a service on Zoom, and there were like some technical issues going on, and she ended up sounding like a chipmunk.
For those of you who have not yet had the privilege of seeing the insanity of her mind and her crazy ideas and random bursts of energy and desires that probably make no sense to the average human being, just trust it and go with it, because somehow she always makes it work. She's determined she'll have the most unusual, one-of-a-kind vision that seems totally unachievable, yet she somehow manages to make it work. So just trust her and go with the flow, and it will work out somehow.
Oh, well, my mom's sense of timing, as we all know, is really great. No, I'm kidding. So she is really good at perseverance. One of the things which I find so amazing about her, but so unique, is that she will always keep trying. If she can't get something, or she gets stumped, she will make sure that she just keeps going, and she will make sure that other people keep going. And I think this is such a unique and incredible ability of hers.
Thank you!
Larry, I can't see Larry. Oh, Larry Lokshin, co-president of the UPJ.
No, I had to say hi to Rabbi Ninio as well. It's really a pleasure to be here on behalf of the Union for Progressive Judaism. We are the roof body for progressive Judaism in Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. It's a big region, and I'm just honored to be at one of our biggest, most important synagogues who are really moving forward, rejuvenating it with, that's rejuvenating with an EW. Yeah, you didn't get that, did you? Rejuvenating in a very, very positive way. And we congratulate you, we congratulate Rabbi Allison, Mazel Tov on your appointment, and they haven't even said yet, but she's also, and that's part of the reason I'm here, she's chair of the Assembly of Rabbis and Cantors, which is our regional assembly of spiritual leaders. So on top of being senior rabbi here, she's also helping us advise congregations across our region, many of whom do not have rabbis. So that role and the role of her compatriots, which I see a few here today, is truly important. So Mazel Tov to you, Mazel Tov to your synagogue, and the UPJ is also very happy.
So I'm going to invite Ido and Sharon to join me here as we share the words of Lechu neranena l'Adonai. It's very appropriate. Come, let us sing joyously to God. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. I'm not sure if that implies that you're either a rock or a deliverer, but Lechu neranena, come sing together. L'Adonai nariya letzorishenu. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzorishenu. Nekadma panav betoda bizmirot nariya lo. Nekadma panav betoda bizmirot nariya lo. Neranena l'Adonai nariya letzorishenu. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzorishenu. Nekadma panav betoda bizmirot nariya lo. Nekadma panav betoda bizmirot nariya lo. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Uneranena l'Adonai nariya letzorishenu. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzorishenu. נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו. נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו. נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו.
Thank you, Cantalalum, Ido and Sharon, for that beautiful rendition. I would like to invite our Emeritus rabbis, Rabbi John Levi and Rabbi Fred Morgan, to share a few words of wisdom. You first.
We worked out that. You know, sometimes you dream and you think, oh, it's beyond belief, we will never see that. But this is the fulfillment of a dream. Allison and Brian, Mazel Tov. You should be unbelievably proud. And Temple Beth Israel is proud to become your spiritual home. A synagogue which began in 1929, and it became the first progressive congregation in this part of the world. It produced some wonderful volunteers, 2 day schools, and amazing to think that we have representatives from both here today. A youth movement which is a source of great pride. Our rabbis, our cantors, all the interfaith work, the Zionist affiliation, which is so strong, and the international journeys to Israel and to the Middle East. This is a special day. And Allison, Mazal Tov. It's a long time since you hinted that you might be interested. And we're delighted to be part of this. It is the fulfillment of a dream.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm having a great time here. I've been to a few inductions in my years, but never one quite like this. It's unique, and the person about whom it settles is also unique. I think there's no better demonstration to us of your character, Allison, and what you're bringing to this community than what we're experiencing this afternoon. It's really quite fantastic. I met Allison for the first time, I think it was 1998. She'd come here to apply, to interview for a position. 1997, was it? She just received smicha, ordination, and she came here to apply for a position, and so did the rabbi sitting next to her, Rabbi Nino. They were in competition with one another. And in the end, they both went to Sydney. You'd think I'd never forgive them, but I have. It's just been fantastic to have them as colleagues, to make relationships, working relationships with them, to serve in our rabbinic body with them, with both of them. And to see how they've taken over leadership positions in the progressive movement. And this is really special. No, you weren't the first rabbi, senior rabbi here, but you are the first woman senior rabbi. It's not even something we should have to mention. We should just take it for granted that anyone can be senior rabbi. But we haven't yet. And now maybe we'll be able to do that. Now that's the first thing that Rabbi Allison Conyer has given to this community. And we wait with such excitement to see what else we shall receive from her. This community has required a number of things over the past several months. We've needed healing. We've needed strength. We've needed imagination. We've needed creativity. We've needed a new way of living our Judaism while maintaining our grasp on the past. And I think we found the right person to give them those things. I am so excited to have Allison as my senior rabbi. Thank you.
Do you want me to say something? Okay. The colleagues in the Assembly of Rabbis and Cantors, our roof body, were each asked to give a text that reminded us of Rabbi Conyer. So here are the messages from your colleagues around the region with a text. We were told only the text, so I don't know how closely people kept to that and whether we're going to have 10 mini sermons or not. Let's see.
לא עליך המלאכה לגמור, לא עליך לגמור, לא עליך המלאכה לגמור, לא עליך לגמור, ולא אתה בן חורין להיבטל ממנה, ולא אתה בן חורין, ולא אתה בן חורין להיבטל ממנה, ולא אתה בן חורין.
רבי טרפון היה אומר, לא עליך המלאכה לגמור, ולא אתה בן חורין להיבטל ממנה. Rabbi Tarfon used to say, it is not your duty to finish the work, but neither are you free to desist from it.
From the prophet Amos, chapter 5, verse 24. V'yigal kamayim mishpat utzdaka kanachal etan. Let justice well up like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
In Pirkei Avot, Hillel says, be among the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing peace, loving people and bringing them closer to Torah. Rabbi Conyer's leadership embodies this teaching and encourages all of us to be like the disciples of Aaron.
In Pirkei Avot, verse 15 of the first chapter, Shammai Omer, Oseh Toratecha keva, Omer me'at ve'aseh harbe, Veheve mekabel et kol ha'adam b'seveh panim yafot. Rabbi Conyer, we don't always associate Shammai with the most radiant and encouraging of advice. But he used to say, make your own study of Torah a keva, a fixed obligation. Speak little but do much, and receive everyone with a pleasant countenance. The radiance of your smile comes from nourishing what is within, and may it be a blessing to all.
Congratulations, Rabbi Conyer. From page 319 in our Siddur, love your eternal God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gates.
The text by Rabbi Simcha of Bonham of Zhnizhye speaks about having two pieces of paper, one in each pocket. And in the one pocket, it's written that we are but dust and ashes, and in the other pocket, the whole world was created for us. And it speaks to the depth of your love and of your humility for the rabbinate and for Judaism, and the other speaks about knowing when to step forward, to take hold of what is important for Judaism. This is who you are, and may you only know what is good in TBI and step forward to what is important with love, with humility, with strength, with compassion, because this is your time. Mazel tov, Allison.
As I started to think about what my quote was going to be, I kept returning to a teaching which is familiar and often quoted, words from Rabbi Yehoshua ben Parachia. Never heard of him? Neither had I, but I'm sure that you will know his words, which are very, very famous. Yehoshua ben Parachia omer, aseh lecha rav ukaneh lecha chaver. Find yourself a teacher and acquire yourself a friend. Rabbi Conyer and I met our first year of rabbinical school in Israel. And as we all are, I was drawn to her vivaciousness, her compassion, her spirit, sense of fun, humour, joy and delight in life. She spoke a few languages, had travelled the world, sought out adventure, was a California girl but felt her city was actually New York. We connected immediately, and in those years, more than 30 ago, we began what would be an amazing journey of friendship together. Fortuitously for all of us, while at rabbinical school leading a summer camp, Rabbi Conyer met a wonderful Australian man. And when we were ordained, I was so happy she would be coming with me, well, technically with Brian, to Australia. And so we began our pioneering journey together. We were the first female rabbis in New South Wales, although, as you have heard, Rabbi Conyer was the first, and I the second, because her job began 3 weeks before me. And those 3 weeks were the hardest weeks of her rabbinate, I'm sure. But together we set about to bring female rabbis to Sydney, and I say together because it really was. Rabbi Conyer and I were constantly confused with one another. In the wider Jewish community especially, the female rabbis, it seems, were interchangeable. Rabbi Conyer was called by my name, I by hers. I, the single rabbi from Adelaide, was often asked how my husband was and how I was adjusting to life in Australia. We were complimented for each other's work, criticised for each other's actions, and as long as one of us appeared somewhere, it seemed that everyone had women covered. In those days, I think we were a novelty, and we were thrown out in the community to prove ourselves and to prove that women could actually be rabbis, or I suspect perhaps to prove that we couldn't. We spent hours, which seem laughable now, thinking about what to say and do and how to be, and at the same time trying to forge our own identities. Through this time, Rabbi Conyer was my teacher and she was my friend. She is my Rav, and you have now chosen her to be your Rav, your teacher, and your Havera, your friend. Asalach Rav v'kanalach Havera. Find yourself a rabbi and find yourself a teacher. Rabbi Conyer taught me to be courageous, to stand and speak my truth. Rabbi Conyer is brave. She speaks out and pursues justice and is a voice for those who are silent or silenced. She always speaks with passion and deep integrity, with wisdom and with learning. Rabbi Conyer taught me to be adventurous, to take chances and follow my dreams. She's often taken the road less travelled. She's forged her own path and continued to dream of what could be and worked to make it real for herself and for her communities. Rabbi Conyer taught me compassion. The way she listens and hears, she's there for others no matter the time or place. She's a comforting presence, a place of safety and embrace, ready to meet everyone wherever they are, and truly always gives from deep in her heart. Rabbi Conyer taught me to never give up, to never hear the word no or can't. Who else, working as a rabbi, being a wife and mother with 4 children, would then decide to train as a psychologist, take clients and fulfill another lifelong dream? Rabbi Conyer hears the word can't or impossible as a challenge to prove them wrong. She's achieved so much and is ready for every new challenge, or as she would call it, an opportunity. She's so accomplished and energised and excited by whatever comes her way, and finding the path to being able to achieve whatever she sets her mind to do. Rabbi Conyer taught me never to do something on a small scale when it could be big. And I think we might see later in the program an example of the fact that Rabbi Conyer doesn't do small. She dreams big, she imagines big, she creates wonders and worlds with her daring, and no matter what she's doing, it's always magical and big. Rabbi Conyer taught me to always make a wide circle and bring people inside. Rabbi Conyer always includes people. She reaches out and welcomes others to join her and walk with her. Her enthusiasm and passion are infectious, and she makes space for everyone to participate. She finds skills and talents and helps others to shine, while also providing opportunities to connect and join in a common purpose. Rabbi Conyer taught me to have fun. Rabbi Conyer finds a way to bring joy and exuberance to everything she does. She's creative, helps others celebrate moments with colour and laughter and delight. And she opens Judaism to all of us with her unique insights and effusive effervescence. Rabbi Conyer taught me what a leader is and can achieve. Rabbi Conyer is a visionary. She can see the community she wants to create, and she brings people in to join her on the journey. She is present and decisive, but also able to listen to others' ideas and make space for debate and discussion. She leads with compassion and courage, her feet grounded on the earth, and dreams helping her also to fly. And now, Temple Beth Israel, you have said, be our Rav, be our teacher. And you will, as you learn and grow and dream together, find yourselves a friend. My amazing, wonderful friend, who is a blessing to this world, a gift to this community, an inspiration, a wise teacher, and a very special human. You are all so lucky that she is now your Rav. May your years together be filled with learning and growth, fun and joy, and every beautiful blessing. Aseh lecha Rav v'kaneh lecha chaver. You have found yourselves a rabbi, and you have found yourselves a friend.
How lucky are we to have 2 wonderful women in the room, rabbi women in the room. I'd like to invite the past presidents up to join us. We now have a very special blessing for Rabbi Conyer. Yep.
And so, all of these years ago, the high priest Aaron shared the most amazing of blessings, the Birkat HaKohanim, with his children. And since then, from generation to generation, it's become a blessing that we share, from parents to children, from clergy to baby namings, bar mitzvahs, weddings, and here at this induction. So what we're going to do is we're going to invite Rabbi Conyer to be facing the ark, which will open in just a moment. And surrounded by love and support, the rabbis, cantors, presidents, and I'm going to invite each and every one of you to stand as we all share this most ancient of all blessings with Rabbi Conyer at this time.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה.
May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך, וישם לך, וישם לך שלום, שלום.
May God's presence be with you always and give you peace.
We say, Amen.
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 Please be seated.
Sorry, it's a huggy thing. Thanks for being here.
Just be glad she didn't hug and kiss every single person in the room.
Still time.
Okay. It's been a long time. Okay. According to the great American showman of the 19th century, Phineas Taylor Barnum, the noblest art is that of making others happy. Hugh Jackman's portrayal of P.T. Barnum in the film The Greatest Showman depicted a man driven by dreams of what could be possible amidst a static world of convention and convenience. Barnum's character said, "No one ever made a difference by being like everyone else." Many of the songs in the movie have a counterintuitive rhythm, creating a feeling of creative chaos, challenging the norms and expectations. The lyrics of the songs invite us on his journey of a million dreams to come alive and rewrite the stars, to imagine the impossible and accept who we are with all of our beautiful differences, boldly celebrating, "This is me." Barnum embraced the changing world and envisioned a place where people, despite their differences, could find a sense of belonging in his sacred tent. Barnum's circus provided safe space with its own traditions, sprinkled with new and changing acts. He was not deterred by society's fear of change and believed anything was possible. As conveyed in the movie, a man's station is limited only by his imagination. In our Jewish tradition, imagination and change go hand in hand. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks taught, "Never be afraid to let our imaginations soar." Yet, Hasidic writer Rachel Gordon noted that the numerical value of koach hamedameh, the power of imagination, is equal to the numerical value of egel hazahav, the golden calf, warning us that our imaginations could take us to the dark side, to the sitra achra, or the yetzer hara, the part of ourselves that lures us towards immoral behavior.
Gordon suggested that the antidote to the golden calf is the building of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, the portable tent in the desert. The golden calf was built hastily out of desperation and a lack of faith and had short-term sustainability. In contrast, the Mishkan was built to promote connection to both God and community. It took time, faith that it could be done, shared imagination of what it might be, and collaboration, incorporating diverse skill sets and welcoming the entire community into their divine tent of connection, creating a sense of acceptance and belonging. Like our Jewish ancestors and P.T. Barnum, I embrace the changing world and envision a place where all people, despite our differences, can find a sense of belonging. My mission is to create opportunities for authentic, relevant, and meaningful connections with other people, within ourselves, with our Judaism, and with God, whatever that may be, and in diverse ways and places to all who enter our sacred tent. As it says in our Torah, "Va'asu li mikdash v'shachanti betocham," build for me a holy space, and I will dwell amongst them. I believe that a strong and dynamic Jewish community is balanced with shalshelet HaKabbalah v'hitchadshut. By grounding ourselves in the chain of our vibrant Jewish tradition and allowing space for renewal, for new and different practices and approaches responding to our ever-changing world. As Jewish Australians, we must do this especially at this time in our challenging history. Only 5 days ago, MP Josh Burns, who was here with us today, I was grateful he came today, experienced the most recent blow when his office was targeted and vandalized because he is Jewish. If our elected governmental officials become targets, not for their opinions or policies, but because of their Jewishness, what message does that convey to the Jewish community about being accepted in our Australian society? As Jewish Australians, many of us feel that we are being treated as outcasts, harassed in universities, bullied in schools, doxxed, silenced in professional presentations, threatened on city streets, leading us to feel that we need to hide our Jewish identity. However, we cannot let this unbridled anti-Semitism define us. Our vision and faith in our Jewish story must be stronger than this. As expressed in The Greatest Showman's award-winning song, "This Is Me," when the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm going to send a flood, going to drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be, this is me. So today, I stand proudly as a progressive Australian Jew saying, this is me. Today, I stand proudly as a Zionist saying, Israel and my Judaism are inseparable. Today, I will not be defined by anti-Semitism, nor be confined to the nefarious misconceptions of others. Even within our own Jewish community, we must learn to be better respecting of our own diversity and its different ways to engage with and practice Judaism. I am grateful for the partnerships that we have with Progressive Judaism Victoria and with our other sister communities. It's Chaim, my first home here in Melbourne, Kedem, Leo Beck Community Center, King David School, and Netzer, along with our collaboration with the Masorti community, Kihilat Nitzan, thank you, Rabbi Yonatan, and the modern Orthodox community, Shira Chadashah, Zionism Victoria, and a plethora of other communal organizations. Just as the circus has many tents with different acts, so too does our Jewish community have many tents with different styles and approaches, yet all are part of the same family, Bnei Israel, the children of Israel. Diversity and inclusivity are two cornerstones of my approach to Judaism. Personally, I believe that we must not be deterred by the status quo, nor be afraid of change. I mean, just look at me. This is not the typical face you see when you think of a rabbi. I am so honored and proud and humbled to be part of Temple Beth Israel's long tradition of breaking the mold, of challenging barriers, of progressing Judaism with the changing world, as I take on the position of this congregation's first female senior rabbi. I take my kippah off to those brave women rabbis who have come before me, paving the path of acceptance in this role. Rabbi Karen Saraya, employed by TBI, was the first woman rabbi to serve in Australia in the 1980s. Rabbi Aviva Kippen, wherever you are, who joined us here on the Bima today, was the first Australian-born female rabbi, serving TBI in the mid-1990s. Rabbi Linda Joseph, Rabbi Betsy Torup, Rabbi Wayna Gewurz, Rabbi Aviva Bass, and most recently, Rabbi Kim Ettlinger. My dear friend and colleague, wherever you went, Rabbi Jacqueline Ninio, who I am so thrilled. There you go. I am so thrilled you were able to be here today. We were the first female rabbis in New South Wales in 1998. Despite 4 decades of women rabbis in Australia, the challenge to the expected norms and preconceived notions of a female rabbi has not quite been eradicated, but we've come a long way. I am grateful to Sol Ryan and Rebecca Silk and to the entire search committee for seeing me for more than my gender, for seeing what I had to offer this community as its senior rabbi. I look out to Rabbi Dr. John Levi and Rabbi Fred Morgan, and I hear the stories of the incredible Rabbi Herman Sanger, and again, I am awed and humbled to be the next in line, learning from the wisdom and experience of each of them, and being grateful for their support, and giving me space to make my own path to realize a new and dynamic vision for our community. And I express my gratitude to the incredibly capable and strong leadership of our 2 co-presidents, Jackie McGeed and David Arkels, along with the entire board, replete with diverse strengths, skills, ideas, and unwavering dedication to our TBI community, for trusting me to lead this congregation to its next stage of development. I would also like to thank Cantor Michel Laloum for his leadership, for his patience and perseverance during the difficult times, and for his nurturing and caring support of our community for over a decade. I look forward to working with you, bridging our very different styles. We'll get it eventually, and complementing each other as we join together to serve this community. And finally, I am so grateful for my incredible, crazy family, for their support and patience with me, for their wisdom and humor, for their independence and initiative, for their quirky personalities, for the music in their souls, for teaching and inspiring me each and every day. Avishai, Leora, Rafi, Adina, I am so proud of each and every one of you. And Brian. Although no one ever sees you, take a good look now. Although no one ever sees you, you are the strength, stability, voice of reason, and sound guidance, my teacher, my vessel of painful jokes, and unconditional love that keeps me going and allows me to do what I do. Thank you for your continuing this journey with me as I embark in this new leadership role. For me, leadership is about having a bold vision, seeing beyond the status quo, setting a direction and working with others to realize our dreams. This community is built and sustained by so many different groups of people without whom we could not survive and thrive. The board, the staff, the cantorial team, the choir, the education team, Netzer, our youth, our volunteers, all of you. TBI is grounded in such a rich tradition. Its strength lies in its community and its daring approaches to embrace, adapt, and innovate in changing times. Here we are again on the precipice of change. Time to be bold, time to lead, time to move forward. As Barnum said, no one ever made a difference by being like everyone else. As Rabbi Sachs said, never be afraid to let your imagination soar. I look forward to imagining with you. Oh, seriously. Thank you. That's really funny. Thank you. That's awkward. Thank you very much. I feel like I should be an opera singer now. So if I could ask you right now, it's very, very important that you pay close attention. Everybody needs to remain seated for another few minutes for your own safety. Do not get out, I'm not joking, do not get out of your seats. We're just going to give us about 1 minute, we've timed it, to clear the stage. This is not a bathroom break. 5 more minutes and then we will be able to go. But trust me, we have a great surprise planned for you.
Searching for a place to which Ruach had in store. Whoa. Deep within our soul, we are ready for something more. Taking a leap, open your mind to all of the connections that you can find. Good music, strong friendship is all waiting for you. Keep growing, keep learning Jewish identity. Young children and singles and grandparents too. And teenagers, young adults, come, this is the place for you. Queer couples, mixed marriage, our doors are open. If you're sick and need a visit, you have our devotion. There's something for everyone who visits throughout for you to know. Where do you want to go? Rocking with all the urban Jews, where our rabbi is really big news. Watching it come true, it's here and calling you. Oh, this is the place to be. Fun too. It's the joy of being a Jew, watching it come true. It's here and calling you. Oh, this is the place to be. watching it come true. It's here and calling you. Oh, this is the place to be. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you want to be. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you want to be. This is where you want to be. Where it's buzzing with all the Melbourne Jews. Where our rabbi is really big news. Watching it come true. It's here and calling you. Oh, this is the place to be. It's space for us where we all band. Where Israel is our homeland. The right of us Jews. Where he's supporting you. Oh, this is the place to be. Where it's buzzing with all the Melbourne Jews. Where our rabbi is really big news. Watching it come true. It's here and calling you. Oh, this is the place to be. We care for you and have fun too. It's the joy of being a Jew. Watching it come true. It's here and calling you. Oh, this is the place to be. It's everything you want right in front of you. And you feel the inspiration is coming through. And the world can't stop us now. This is the place to be. Oh, 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 this is the place to be.
Take a bow, everybody. Thank you to all of our wonderful performers. Thank you for our visionary, Rabbi Allison. I'd like to invite you all into Sloan Hall for some refreshments, for some mingling, for being together as community, and also to listen to the King David School Nana Band. They will play for us pretty much as we get into the Sloan Hall. Thank you very much.